So now we're going to come into our ramps, our launch ramp, and we want to park the boat. Now, as you're approaching the ramps here at OBC, you need to be thinking about the wind direction. What is it doing? And look, I fully understand and accept that you'd like the wind to be pushing you onto the dock. Everyone wants the wind to be pushing us onto the dock. That's nice and easy. They're always the first spaces to go though, so hey ho, such is life. So let's do the easy one first. I've got my fenders prepared on my port side. In the appropriate locations. I've got my lines ready to come alongside. You've briefed your crew. They know what's expected of them. They know which line to go for. They've got a boat hook ready. Preparation is key here. If people don't know what's expected of them, it's never going to go particularly well, I can assure you. So we'll come into the furthest dock here, as you can see. And what I want to be very careful of is to watch my speed towards that dock. I don't want to come in like a bat out of hell with that wind pushing me and slamming me down onto the timber work. So just keep the wind at 6 o'clock, it's pretty much at 6 o'clock now, and bring the boat to a stop. Bring her to a stop, a tiny squeeze of power just to stop all that momentum. And now look at this, just to prove a point, I've got the wind at 6 o'clock and the boat is highly stable. I can pretty much stay here all day long if I really had to, just keeping that stern into the wind. Wherever the wind is coming from, I just point the engine into it and pop her into reverse, and I can literally stay here all day long. Very easy, and it's good to know your 6 o'clock point of stability. Anyway, bring the bow in as close as you can get it to the dock. When she gets nice and close, just back her off. Now, we've got no option but to start reversing with the wheel to port. And now we start taking the wind at about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. And ultimately, it's going to come around to 3 o'clock and push us and settle us gently onto the dock. But because I came in, killed all my momentum, placed the bow fender on, and allowed the wind to roll us on nice and gently. That's control, and that's how we like to come in here when the wind is pushing us onto the dock. A departure from here. Now, when you're departing away from the dock, we need to, again, think about the wind and what is it doing to us. Is it in front, behind, and side? Well, today it's pushing us on, and that can create us a little bit of strife trying to get out of here when the wind is pushing us back down into the timber. But if you have a bit of knowledge, it's easy. All we do, helm to starboard, turn into the wind, and reverse. Now, if there's a vessel behind you, obviously just reverse out to our past of him. And that's why we have our fender out on that port shoulder, just to take any little impacts or scrapes away that we're not going to cause any damage to the boat. Now, just get the bum 6 o'clock into the wind, reversing up into the wind, and get away. A lot of people try to do a turn too soon and too quickly, and looks like we've got the fishery lads coming down here. They're going to be desperately disappointed to see that we've got no fish. Okay, so we've got the stern at 6 o'clock into the wind. I can stay here all day long if I wish. Absolutely no problem. Don't rush it. Understand when the boat is at its point of stability, we can stay here. Now, I do want to make a turn around and get out of here. So all I need to do is get that bow spinning around to starboard. So to do that, we do it in reverse. Reverse into the wind, upwind turn is what we love on this boat. And we've got lots of room over on our port side here to spin the boat around. Lever in reverse, full lock to port, and just lever in reverse. Lever, 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 as long as you can, as long as you can. Normally, you should be able to do this in most wind strengths with the wind coming from the north in this situation. Spin around, get the bow as close as being into the wind as you can before going into neutral. Straighten up the engine, steer before you gear, pop her into forward, and a nice, clean, easy departure. Doesn't get any easier than that. Happy days.